So there's been a lot of rumblings over the last few days. What are the Philadelphia 76ers going to do in the 2025 NBA draft? And in my rebuild I did after the draft lottery, I took Ace Bailey with the 3rd overall pick. But for today's video, we're going to do what also can happen leading up to the NBA draft, and they could trade the pick as well. So today we're going to explore trades for maybe a bigger name, or we're going to trade down in the class. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Also, it got reported that they are very in on VJ Edgecombe with the 3rd overall pick if they were to stay there, but they are going to work out Ace Bailey leading up to the NBA draft. So this is an interesting team. It's a really good team to have the 3rd overall pick. It's funny because the Mavericks are a really good team to have number 1. The Spurs are a pretty good team to have number 2. And all the bad teams are picking like 4 to 9 this year, 4 to 7. So yeah, we have Joel Embiid, just a big wild card, right? Like he was supposed to get an update pretty recently off his off-season surgery. We haven't really gotten much information on that. Tyrese Maxey did not look as efficient, like trying to operate as a number 1 with no Embiid out there. Quentin Grimes is one of the best storylines last year, really breaking out in year 4, and he's gonna earn himself a nice payday this offseason. Paul George, one of maybe the worst storylines last year, got a massive 4-year contract from the 76ers last year and did not live up to that contract, but he has to be better in 2026, and I think he will be. Jared McCain looked like the early Rookie of the Year favorite before he suffered that season-ending injury. Gershon Yabusele coming back from France looked great, and he could be worth the mid-level exception. Justin Edwards looked like one of the best rookies last year as an undrafted free agent. And then you have a Dembona who looked solid in the 2nd round as well. Lonnie Walker showed some flashes, some other guys as well. They didn't fire Nick Nurse. They didn't fire Daryl Morey. All right, so before we get back into the rebuild, I want to give a word from today's sponsor, Thrive Market. Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store that brings the highest quality products right to your doorstep. You can get affordable groceries, supplements, personal products delivered straight to your door, and you can shop over 90 different values and diets, including high protein, keto, as well as low sugar and allergen-free options. And Thrive Market just has foods that you can trust. It has the highest quality standard in the industry, and it restricts over 1,000 different questionable ingredients. And there's a bunch of different things that I like to get on Thrive. There's these almond butter pretzels that are 150 calories a serving. They help me throughout my day, fuel me up as I'm making videos for you guys. Any snack mix I feel like is a go-to every single time as well. It's not just snacks. You can get hand soap on Thrive Market as well. Got to get the Myers when you're on there, as well as some olive oil if you're doing some cooking in the kitchen as well. And there's just so much you can get online on the Thrive Market website. You could see what's trending now, and it could just be a load of different things as well. Some things that you didn't really expect to get, some things that you were going to be trying for the first time, and you're getting them at an affordable price, and they can deliver it right to your doorstep. It's easy to find healthier swap for your next adventure, road trip, or your favorite airport snack. And you can also skip the line and find your favorite products and brands that also may not be available at your local grocery store. And Thrive Market is running a great promotion for you guys, my viewers. You can go to the pinned comment down below or in the description. You can see it on your screen now. Go to thrivemarket.com/6ringsofsteel to receive 30% off your first order and a free gift when you join. That is a no-brainer deal. Link is in the description, the pinned comment, and you can see it on your screen now when you join Thrive Market today. And thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. So we are going to have plenty of options. Now, one thing that's been floated around is maybe a Lauri Markkanen trade, maybe a Kevin Durant trade for Paul George and number 3. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do either one of those. I don't really think that Markkanen contract is great. And yes, he's definitely a better player and 7 years younger than Paul George. Unless I'm like swapping these two and I can get the 5th overall pick, maybe I'll think about that, because that honestly could make the most sense and maybe the only team that would think about this. So if Utah really loves Edgecombe, Trey Johnson, or Bailey, and they think that one of those guys will not be there at 5, we can make some type of trade. So I'm not doing this Franz Wagner trade, although I would love to have Franz Wagner on this team. Yeah, I don't think there's like a king that would make a lot of sense. The Knicks, I don't think there's a player that I would want the 3rd overall pick for, or to like give up the 3rd overall pick. So I think we are going to call the Utah Jazz, and yeah, like a lot of point guards are going to be in the market. Maybe Ja, Garland, LaMelo Ball, Trae Young, but I don't think any of those guys would make sense. We don't really need any more guards right now. So could I maybe do Markkanen, pick 5, and pick 21 for Paul George and 3? I would love to get Colin Sexton, but we also don't really need Colin Sexton. I mean, let me just offer high, and I'm going to offer you Paul George 3 for Markkanen 5. What was that? 21? 21 and Kyle Filipowski. I don't think they're going to say yes to this, but I'm going to offer it. Now, I would have to give up my 26th first and my 28th first. I don't hate that. Like, getting Filipowski provides a lot of depth on this team. What about if I give you Ricky Council 35, and I do give you my first round pick in 2026, but I get to keep those Clippers picks. Can we get this deal done? They would want 2029 swap best. I get Johnny Juzang, not a bad shooter. You know what? Let's do this blockbuster trade here at the start of the 2025 NBA draft. So I'm still going to get the 5th overall pick. I get an upgrade of Paul George from Lauri Markkanen, who is making a lot of money. And you could say it's maybe a worse contract because it has that 4th year. Because it was, 4-year extension starting next year as Paul George, or is that 5? I forget if it was a 5-year or 4-year extension. Either way, Maxi's getting paid a ton of money. We're going to have to pay Grimes a lot of money this offseason as well. So yeah, big switch up there. Cooper Flagg goes number 1. Dylan Harper goes number 2, so it's a nice, realistic 1-2 start. The Jazz at number 3 do trade up to get Ace Bailey, so that does feel realistic. And 4 is Trey Johnson. So a guy they've been linked to so much ended up being, oh wow, I could trade Tamani Kamara would be sick, but I'm not going to do that. VJ Edgecombe, or I could try to move down maybe a spot or 2 more and get Con Knipple. So, like, New Orleans, right? Or Brooklyn. I don't think I could afford Cam Johnson, although that would be sick. Like, could we do 8 for 5 and Cam Johnson? Yeah, I would need like the Oubre or Drummond contracts to be picked up, but unfortunately they're not. And I don't even think I'd be able to afford Herb Jones in this deal. Yeah, I would have to throw in like somebody of note. Like, I don't want to trade Filipowski. Even if I did Juzang and if I did like Bona, yeah. All right, so you know what? I may stay unless I can get like this first. I would think about that, and I would move down 2 spots. They would want my Clippers first. You know what? All right, I'm just going to take VJ Edgecombe here. Or do I take Con Knipple? I just don't know if, like, VJ can play the 3. And we have so many guards on this team. I mean, I could also get Colin Murray-Boyles as well, who could maybe be next to Embiid. And we have Markkanen. All right, let me just take best player available. And I'm going to go VJ Edgecombe here. Highest on my big board remaining. And I took a high upside swing at pick 21. I took Will Riley, who I think is the most intriguing prospect in this draft based on his potential. So I'm going to pick up the option on Kelly Oubre. We may think about packaging him and Drummond in a trade. Eric Gordon's gone, but I will pick up Lonnie Walker and Jared Butler's deal. Quentin Grimes and Gershon will get the qualifying offers, but not anything to Alex Reese or Jeff Doughton. So yeah, Grimes might get like $25 million a year. Gotta be expecting that. All right, so we know that the Cleveland Cavaliers are looking to shed some cap this offseason, so I'm going to send them expirings, Kelly Oubre and Andre Drummond, as well as the 2027 second. I'm taking on the Isaac Okoro contract for 2 years, but I'm also getting Jalen Tyson in this deal, which I think is an intriguing get. So Grimes gets a deal from the Nets, which a lot of people are expecting to happen this offseason. 4 years, $88 million. Honestly, it's a realistic dollar amount that he could get, so we are going to match that deal. Gershon gets a deal from the Rockets, 3 years, 23. Also going to match that. We're really going to have an incredibly deep team next year. So Embiid regresses down to 91. I remember I could not win it all with Embiid on my team back in the number 3 pick rebuild after the lottery. Markkanen regresses a little bit. I don't know if like Tyson's going to play a lot this year, but I want to play Justin Edwards a lot. I think he's got a ton of potential. And is there anybody that I need to re-sign before the season starts? No. So yeah, I do need to release one player, and that's probably going to be Jared Butler, I think. Instead of Lonnie Walker. We'll keep the Redding guy around. So LeBron is going to retire at the end of the year. We're going to start Maxey. We're going to start Grimes, definitely. We're going to start Markkanen, Filipowski at the 4, and then Embiid at the 5. That's fine with me. So McCain's going to come off the bench, get 28 minutes a night. Okoro, I don't know if he's going to crack the rotation. At least he's going to get like 9 minutes. Let's go 17 to Gershon, 17 to Justin Edwards. I would like for VJ Edgecombe to get at least like 19 minutes a night out of the gate. So yeah, like I don't know if, oh man, but Adem Bona needs some minutes as well. Like we have plenty of wings right now, and I want to go 35 to Maxey. You know what? I'm just going to go 30 to Embiid. I don't need him to like get injured throughout the year. We'll go 24 to Filipowski. Let's go 32 to Markkanen, 28 to Grimes, 28 to McCain. Adem Bona just getting 3 minutes a night, but Gershon can play the backup 5. Filipowski can play the backup 5. Heck, even Markkanen can play the backup 5. Balance, this team is going to be 4 stars right now. I am debating if I like Markkanen at the 3, or should I move him to the 4? And then who do I start at the 3? Justin Edwards? You know, I don't really hate that. You know, I'm going to do that, actually. We'll try it out. So what I'm going to do is Filipowski is going to get 20 minutes a night, or 19, and we'll go about 20 to Justin Edwards as the starter. We're taking on the Spurs at home, and we are going to hopefully beat Dylan Harper, and we do, and Victor Wembanyama. Markkanen with 28 out of the gate. All right, so let's see how we look after the first 3 games, and we are 3-0 to start off the year. It's just like we have a lot of score first guys, right? Like Markkanen, Embiid, Maxey. I don't need Embiid to average 25 points a night anymore. I just need him to play good defense and be healthy throughout the course of the season. And we got off to an 8-3 start this year. I'll take it. We beat the Nets by 1 year. Cam Thomas at a 40 piece. They got Russell Westbrook there in Brooklyn. So now Harden, Russ, Kyrie, KD have all played for the Nets. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline, and we're not as good as we got off to our like semi-good start this year. We are currently 500 through 52 games with a negative 2.1 point differential. It does help the East isn't that good, and it is pretty much our defense. We do have the 5th worst defense here. in the Eastern Conference. So I guess that's something we could look to upgrade. Embiid's averaging career lows across the board. So he's coming off that injury. There's Maxey, 52, 42, 87 splits, but the scoring numbers are down a little bit. It makes sense. Grimes, 43% from three. Heck, I'll take that. Jared McCain, oh my God, 50, 41, 91 splits. It's just having McCain, Maxey, and Grimes. I hope they can all work out together. Markkanen's been good. Definitely better than what Paul George would have been, so I'll take it. Filipowski, his numbers looking like, yeah, now that he's like the 9th man scoring, or 7th man. Gershon's been fine, 35 from 3. Justin Edwards, damn, he's been disappointing. So I think he's going to get the boot out of the starting lineup. I don't know if I should put Gershon in there, or even VJ Edgecombe, honestly. You know what? I think we're going to start Grimes at the 3. I'll give it a shot right now. So Edwards is going to get like 14 minutes a night. Unfortunately, yeah, he's been disappointing. I'm going to give a little bit more minutes to Gershon, and definitely a Dembona, who probably needs to play more. So we'll see how this team looks, and it's going to be nice to have a full offseason to kind of reshuffle things around, just based off where this team is headed. I just hope we make the playoffs as a top 6 seed. All right, so Shea wins MVP, Cooper Flag, Rookie of the Year, Peyton Pritchard, 6th Man of the Year, Victor Wembanyama, Depoy, Amen Thompson, Most Improved, Kobe White is your clutch player of the year. So you got Shea, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, and Wemby, All-NBA first team. A lot of young players here on All-NBA second team. Oldest player was 26, and then here on All-NBA third team, Josh Hart. Josh Hart, All-NBA third team, boy. 18 points, 11 rebounds, 5.5 assists. Peaking at age 31. You love to see it. I mean, as a Knicks fan, I would love to see that from Hart next year. So Edgecombe ended up on all-rookie first team. I guess not enough rookies played eligible minutes to have 2 full teams. We did get the playoffs as a top 6 seed. We are the number 6 seed. We go 42 and 40, which is pretty bad, I think, with this roster. I will explore potential Embiid trades in the offseason. I don't want to have to do it. I want to win with Embiid, because I don't think I won it in my number 3 pick rebuild with him. So Detroit picked up Draymond Green. Terrible shooter now, but honestly, Michigan ties. We're taking on the Pacers here, who are probably going to beat us in round number 1. Our leading scorer this year was Tyrese Maxey, around 35 minutes a night. There's McCain, Markkanen, Embiid, Grimes, and VJ Edgecombe. All right, so how do I want to go with this rotation? I can't play Justin Edwards in the playoffs. He was too inefficient this year. I think we will rock the 10-man rotation. Like Isaac Okoro, I probably should have played more. Let's go 18 a night to these guys. I want to go 36 to Embiid. Like, I'm going to ask a lot of Embiid, out of Embiid in the playoffs. 37 to Maxey. And honestly, let's go 35 to Markkanen. It's just these guys are going to shuffle throughout each other a lot. So game 1, we end up losing by 39 points. Yeah, Haliburton destroyed us. It's just the perimeter defense isn't great with Maxey, McCain out there at the same time. And then oh my God, this is a game we should have won. We lost by 18. We got outscored by 20 in the 4th quarter. Embiid, not looking like the Embiid of old. Game number 3 goes to Indiana. They win 136-120. Maxey had 38, but we ended up losing by 16. All right, game number 4, we ended up getting swept. We ended up losing 131-114. That's a damn shame. Filipowski was bad in the playoffs. And Dembona, why did he take 10 shots? I do not know. And Embiid was pretty non-existent. Wow, those numbers are horrible, man. I knew we were going to lose, but that was like the worst case scenario. Haliburton and Shea, a rematch of the 2025 finals here in 2026, and the Thunder 1-6, with Shea being your finals MVP. There goes LeBron. Chris Paul retired on the Kings. Al Horford on the Warriors. Brooke Lopez went to Cleveland. That's pretty cool. Kevin Durant retired on the Suns. Loaded Hall of Fame class of Russ, Harden, CP3, Durant, and LeBron James. A lot of jersey retirements there. We're not going to retire. Actually, I don't think we had anybody there that ended up being a Sixer. I guess Kyle Lowry, right? Yeah. And James Harden. We're not going to retire James Harden's number. So here we are at the draft lottery. I did trade away my 2026 first last year, I believe. So that is going to go to the Utah Jazz at 18. So giving up the 18th overall pick, it does hurt a little bit. I guess I'm not going to fire Nick Nurse. He does have 1 year left on his deal, so I may let that run out. I don't know if I'm going to end up getting anybody from this 2026 draft. I think we could look to maybe get a better backup center. All right, I'm going to try to make a trade with a division rival, the New York Knicks. I want to see if I can get Isaiah Stewart from them to be an upgrade at my center spot. So I'm going to try to get them and pick 23 in this year's draft for Isaac Okoro and a Dembona, and they are going to agree to that. AJ Debanta goes to the Miami Heat. The Chicago Bulls are taking Cameron Boozer, and number 3 is Darren Peterson. And then here we are. I could take Miles Uzan from Houston. A lot of guards. Not saying we need a guard. I could take Dame Sarr, who's going to Duke. Bear Finline, who's 6'6". Boogie Flan 6'2". Nope. Jalen Stewart, Alex Condon, Silas Demery from Georgia. I could go. Darren Williams. I think I'm going to take Dame Sarr. Probably not ready right away because I do also want to play Will Riley more next year. I know it didn't work out for the Warriors and their 2-timeline approach as much as they wanted it to, but I'm going to try to have this 2-timeline approach here in Philadelphia. I'm going to extend the qualifying offer to Justin Edwards. I feel like I can get still something out of him. So we have Maxi McCain, Grimes, Edgecombe, Riley, Sarr, Markkanen, who's going to be the power forward next year. I don't know if I should try to trade Filipowski this offseason just for some draft capital because I believe he could be on. No, he's got one more year of team control. So is anybody like a flat out free agent next year? No. So I don't really need to do anything too crazy right now. And Justin Edwards came back on the qualifying offer worth $11 million. So we have plenty of wing depth on this team right now. Maybe I'll consolidate some of it for, I don't know, if I'm really going to get a backup big that's better than Isaiah Stewart. Embiid, we are not signing an extension to. So this is pretty much the last year that I'm going to give Embiid this type of shot. Like, I would like to see Jalen Tyson play more this year. Honestly, 18 minutes a night to start. Why not? McCain can get 30 off the bench. I'll do 28 to McCain, 28 to Grimes, 33 to Maxey, 30 to Embiid for the regular season, 32 to Markkanen. And then Filipowski is going to get like 17 minutes a night. Man, we have so much depth on this team. I'm going to go 14 to Stewart. I would like to get Riley. Like, Edwards might not even crack the rotation this year, which is kind of crazy. I would like to go about 14 to Yabusele. Let's do about 5 to Will Riley. Honestly, I think I'm going to be some type of trade deadline team this year, either buying or selling. All right, so we are at the trade deadline with a 29-23 record. Our leading scorer is Tyrese Maxey. Embiid has been better throughout the regular season this year, which is encouraging. Markkanen has been pretty good as well. I would like for him to be a little bit better inside the half court. We just have a lot of scorers on this team. Like, just having VJ Edgecombe is a luxury. Jalen Tyson's been a lot more efficient than like Justin Edwards was last year. Everybody's been pretty good on this team, honestly. So I don't want to trade away Justin Edwards, but I may have to. I mean, he has a no trade clause, but if I can get like a first rounder for him, which I probably can, I should do it. The only issue is he's making like $11 million now. So it is really tough to find somebody that wants to match that amount. So you know what? Maybe I hold on to him, and it could be some type of sign and trade in the off season. All right, so we are going to be better this year by 4 games. We end up going 46-36. Wemby takes home MVP as a 23-year-old. Darren Peterson's your rookie of the year. Bronny 6-man. Wemby Depoy. Dalton Connect most improved. Luka's your clutch player of the year. Executive of the year goes to David Powell. Powell Banchero with Giannis, Luka, Jokic, and Wemby on All-NBA first team. Second team, Shea, Ant, Halliburton, Şengün, and Thompson. And here's third team with Cooper Flag, Zion, Cade. So a couple number 1 overall picks. Josh Giddey, man, if he signs with the Clippers in your save, he is going to ball out. We do get Joel Embiid on all defensive second team as a 33-year-old. And Will Riley ended up on all rookie second team. So last year we were the 6th seed in the East. This year we end up as the 5 seed. We end up with a 1.3 point differential. We're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers here in round number 1. They still have Kelly Oubre after we traded him. He was actually pretty solid for them in 26 back, when we got Isaac Okoro. Our leading scorer ended up being Tyrese Maxey. Once again, I'm going to have to make some tough decisions for the playoffs. I do think, like, Will Riley is not going to play in the playoffs. I think, like, Filipowski is going to get, like, 14 a night. Man, do I really go with this deep rotation? Like, Gershon's pretty good. Stewart's pretty good. Filipowski's pretty good. Maybe I'm going to go, like, 10 to Filipowski because I don't trust the defense. We'll go 10 to Edgecombe. Like, I would like for him to play more. I just don't know his fit with all these guards on this team. Let's go 35 to Maxey. Let's go, like, 23 to Tyson. 29 to McCain and Grimes. And we can go 34 to Embiid. Can we pull off the upset? I mean, we didn't win a single playoff game last year, so if we get swept again, I'll be pretty upset with that. We do finally win a playoff game here in this video. VJ Edgecombe had 21 points. Quentin Grimes had 16, 5 and 19 from the field, so he didn't hit a single 2-pointer because he went 5 and 14 from 3. Maxey and McCain combined for 46 in game 3. They tied up 2-2, so we have a pretty competitive series here. 10 assists for VJ Edgecombe. Interesting. Game 5 is going to go to Cleveland. 124-113. 24 for Maxey. Don't lose in 6. And we do force a game 7. Let's go. We won 128-116. Embiid, 32 points in this one. Here we go. Game number 7 on the road in Cleveland. Can we beat them? We have a really good second quarter. Don't choke this. All right, we're going to advance. We're going to win a playoff series for the first time since the 2020... Jeez, it's been a minute. The 2023 season, where they beat the Nets in round 1 and then they lost to the Boston Celtics in round number 2. Maxey ended up being the leading scorer. So we're taking on the 1-seeded Raptors, who traded for Jalen Brunson. Wow, and they kept a lot of their guys. What did the Knicks trade him for? Oh my God, Mikal Bridges was traded for a first in KCP. The Magic robbed them. Oh, the Raptors got De'Aaron Fox, and they basically traded Fox for Brunson. Okay, so we do win game 1 by 8. Brunson was very good against the Sixers a couple years ago in the playoffs, and we do split the first 2, just like we did against the Cavs. Game 3 does go to Toronto. Ooh, they blew us out. Game number 4 goes to Toronto. They ended up winning by 15. Markkanen, 37 points in this one. Brunson with 32. Jaden Hardy with 16. And they are going to win in 5. So we won game 1. Got me thinking we were going to go to the conference finals. And then they won 4 in a row. We have a rematch for the 3rd straight year between the Pacers and the Thunder. And the Pacers win in 6. They lost in 2026, but they win in 2027. Halliburton averages 30 and 12 as your finals MVP. Andre Drummond, Sixers legend, retiring. Dennis Schroeder, never a Sixer, but played for a lot of teams in his career. And here we are with the draft lottery. Do we have anything random in here? Maybe the Clippers pick? That might not be yet. So I do have to give Brooklyn my pick at 22 from the James Harden trade. So once again, we do not have a first round pick. I know we won a playoff series, but I think I may let Nick Nurse, he's a free agent. So I don't think I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to offer Ty Lue a deal. I would like to get Chris Finch. Anybody else? Doc Rivers, we are not doing that again. I will offer Quinn Snyder a deal. Any other head coach out here? I saw Willie Green, but I don't think I'm really going to choose him over anybody else. All right, so that's going to be a Chauncey Billups. No, I don't think so. Sam Cassell, I could end up making the head coach. So we get Lue, Snyder, and Finch. I'm actually going to go with Chris Finch to be the next head coach. All right, so we're here on the night of the 2027 NBA draft. Do we look to make some type of change? And I'm going to trade some offense for some defense. I'm going to send off Quentin Grimes and Lauri Markkanen to the Portland Trailblazers in exchange for Toumani Camara, who's now making $21 million a year. So we basically got that Andrew Nembhard extension, and Cason Wallace, who's making $19 million a year. He wasn't re-signed by the Thunder. So bang. There we go. I know we still got another guard back in Cason Wallace, but he's a lot better of a defender. I think McCain can stay as the 6th man, so I'll decide between Edgecombe and Wallace who I want to start next year. So I took Vince Murphy there in the 2nd round, a 6'8 forward, or excuse me, center, out of Kansas. The best pick was Damian Ball. So, wow. This is the 27 draft. So 7 years after selecting a Ball at the 3rd overall pick, they take a Ball at the 3rd overall pick, a point guard as well. So I don't know if LaMelo's a free agent, but he may be as good as gone. I'm picking up everybody's team option here. Offer the qualifying offer there. So did they trade away LaMelo Ball, or do they just have 2 point guards with the last name Ball? That's crazy. And they also have Ty Jerome. All right, so I'm going to sign Justin Edwards to a 3-year, $36 million, but it's going to be in a sign and trade. And I'm going to send Filipowski and Justin Edwards to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Daniel Gafford, who's going to be my backup center, a little bit better than Isaiah Stewart. And I'm also getting the Lakers 2029 first. So we own some control of Los Angeles' first, both teams, Clippers in 28. Lakers in 29. And I'm going to trade away Johnny Juzang and Isaiah Stewart. I mean, I don't really want to give up the first if I don't have to. So yeah, Stewart and Juzang for Obi Toppin in the last year of his deal. Somebody I don't get often, but is making plays in the NBA Finals. Him and Gershon are going to be the 4s. We have Kamara at the 3. This is a really good team, I think, now. It's more of a blend offensively and defensively. And a lot of green here. I do think, like I said, it's a deep team. Our bench is really good as well. And I'm excited that, Gafford is the backup to Embiid, which, hey, maybe that's something they could look at this offseason if the Mavericks are really thinking about trading away Gafford. So I'm going to re-sign McCain on an extension. I'm going to try to give him, I don't know if I could do a flat for, unless I give him a fit. No, I can't do that. All right, so let's do this deal, and he's going to accept that. So 5-year, 109 extension. I'm not giving Jalen Tyson $23 million a year. We just can't afford that. Gershon, I mean, I'll give you a minimum extension. Why not? Hopefully you don't regress a ton this year. And I'm not going to re-sign McCain or Embiid when I don't have to. So we'll go Maxey. We'll go Edgecombe as the starting 2. Why not? Tyson, we have Cason Wallace as well. Kind of want to get Cason in there. He doesn't have to play a ton, but I want him to start. Obi at the 4, Kamara at the 3. So I do worry about the offense a little bit with this team, in the starting lineup at least. So I would like for, let's see, Edgecombe can get around, I don't know. Let's go about 28 to McCain. All right, let me think about this. All right, so I think I'm just going to end up doing this. 16 to Gafford, Tyson, 8 to Gershon and Will Riley. So Dame Sarr, no minutes for him. 25 to Edgecombe, 28 to McCain. This is the starting lineup of Maxey, Wallace, Kamara, Toppin, and Embiid. Once again, I could be somebody that makes a move at the deadline. We got a new head coach this year. We beat the Suns to start off the year. Oh my God, we dropped 157 against Boston, beat them by 30 on the road. Good start there, and then we beat the Cavs by 17. All right, we are 8-0 to start off the year, and then, of course, we lose 2 games as I say that. But hey, I'll take that. Embiid, looking pretty good. Maybe it's the last year of his deal. He wants to show that I can get another massive contract extension. All right, so this team balling out right now, 43-8. We have an 18.6 point differential. I don't know if that's a Nick Nurse thing to Chris Finch, or it's just really the blend of offense and defense, because we have 3 20-point-per-game scorers. McCain's got to win 6th man of the year. He has to. 23-4. Off 55, 47, 92 split, 73% true shooting for a 23-year-old guard off the bench. Maxey's been good. Embiid's been great. Wallace has been, wow, 50, 41, 85 splits. Edgecombe's been good. Obi's been good. Everyone's been good on this team right now. So you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not going to do anything drastic right now. It is going to stink to lose. Actually, I'm going to bring back Obi on a 2-year extension. It is going to stink to lose Jalen Tyson probably this offseason. All right, so Wemby wins MVP again. Sean Adair, a 17th overall pick, ends up getting, pretty good wing out of Cincinnati. Rookie of the Year to the Kings. Bronny, 6th Man of the Year. How? McCain was better. I don't get it. Like, McCain was literally, let's see. He ended up finishing, I could probably find this pretty quickly. No, Anthony Simons maybe had a case to win 6th Man of the Year. He averaged 19 points. He was so much better than Bronny. I don't know how he doesn't get it. We went 70-12, and I didn't get a single major award. That's blasphemy. Jokic is in Golden State now. That's kind of crazy. Any Sixers on an All-NBA team? No, they're disrespecting us. And then, yeah, no Sixers at all throughout this. The Charlotte Hornets, like, they didn't even make the play-in tournament. I wanted to see. I think it's fascinating. They got a Ball with the 3rd overall pick. How was he? Damian Ball out of Texas. Ooh, was not good efficiency-wise in his first year. So we ended up as the 1 seed, like I said. Finished the season on a 12-game winning streak. If we do not make it out of the Eastern Conference, I don't know what to say because this team dominated the regular season. So I think we put out the best lineup iteration. It's just, do I want to flirt with the minutes? Like, Will Riley's not going to play in the playoffs. He was pretty bad this year. Gershon could get 8 minutes a night. Maybe I go like 15 to Gafford. Maybe I go like 24 to Edgecombe. I got about 10 more minutes to play with. Obi 22, 33 to Embiid, 34 to Embiid. Maybe we'll go 24 to Kamar, who's an 88 overall, 26 to Wallace, 34 to Maxi's fine. So maybe we'll go a little bit more to Edgecombe and a little bit more to Jalen Tyson off the bench. All right, so we are taking on the Magic in round number 1. Suggs, Bridges, Franz, Paolo, Mitchell Robinson, Anthony Black, Jed Howard, Usman Jang, Chris Dunn. Game number 1 goes to Philadelphia, 108-104. Maxi with 25, Embiid with 19. Edgecombe with 17. Game number 2 goes to Philadelphia. We win by 17. Maxi with 25. McCain with 20. Edgecombe with 16. Game 3 goes to Philadelphia. 122-121. That's what I'm talking about. 18 for McCain, 10 assists. 17 for Maxi, 17 for Wallace, 15 for Kamara. And can we sweep them? Bang. There we go. Oh my God, we won by 61 points. That is very impressive. All right, so on to round number 2 here against the Pacers. There's Maxi, Embiid, McCain, all playing well in the playoffs. They have Halliburton, Nembhard, Shepard, Siakam, Turner, Portis, Walker, Stewart, and Johnson off the bench. We end up winning by 19 here in game number 1. Game 2 goes to Philadelphia. Game 3 to Indiana, our first loss in the playoffs. I mean, this team has won the East, 3 straight years? And we do go up 3-1, and we are going to win in 5. Wow. Dropped 157 in game 5. Embiid was not doing that 2 years ago. I don't know what he did in the offseason. Maybe he became like a monk like Wemby and is now just in a different mindset. The Bulls have a fun team with Cameron Boozer, Mark Williams, Matas is really good, and Bilal is over there as the 2. Neesmith, Robert Williams, and Patrick Williams. I got a couple Williamses off the bench. Game 1 goes to Chicago. They won by 5. Okay. All right. They're scaring me a little bit. Game 2 goes to Philly. We won by 3. Oh, man. Game number 3 goes to Philadelphia. 135-121. That is massive. Please win game 4. Thank you. Win game 5. Okay, win game 6. Thank you. We end up going to the NBA Finals with the first year under Chris Finch. We're going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs, who were down 3-2 to OKC and now are in the NBA Finals. So we had the same finals matchup for 3 straight years. You know what? People would hate that. And maybe it doesn't have the like star power like it did with LeBron and the Cavs versus Steph and the Warriors and KD. But I think we're going to look back. I mean, a lot of those finals were one-sided. Like 2015 was still competitive, and then the injuries to Kyrie and Love. 2016 was amazing and an all-timer, but 17 and 18 were kind of duds. But I think you kind of look back in history and appreciate the rivalries that happened in the finals. I don't know if it's like super teams are the amazing part of it, but I think just having like that storyline on the biggest stage for multiple years. 4 years is too much. Maybe 3 years in a row. I don't know. People were probably sick of that at one point because in the moment, shout out to Jalen Tyson there, but in the moment, I hated it. I'm like, I want to see new teams, but I think looking back on it, you do appreciate it. And we were up 3-1 in the finals. We won 148-126. Do not blow a 3-1 lead. And bang, Joel Embiid not only made it to conference finals, made it to an NBA finals and got a finals MVP where he was amazing. 29, 8, and 4.5 against the best player in the league in Wemby. 50-50, 96 splits. That's what I'm talking about. And the 76ers, who have a massive decision to make this offseason. Do they trade number 3? Do they keep 3? Do they trade it for a player? Do they trade down? They have a massive decision. But hey, maybe you can end up building a really good offensive and defensive team here. Like, you have Kamara, Edgecombe, Kaysen Wallace, Daniel Gafford, Joel Embiid, 5 amazing defenders, and then you also have Embiid, Maxey, McCain, some really good offense in there as well. This was a fun rebuild, and I'm glad I won it with Embiid still on the team. And that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think the 76ers should do this offseason, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.